Hello everybody, my name is 711 and welcome to week 11 of the Pokemon Battle Association Season 4. This week we are battling Demetrius and he has a really scary team. If you remember, halfway through the season I traded away Latios and I got Skarmory. Well, this is the guy that I traded Latios away to. So now Demetrius has Latios, I have his Skarmory, and aside from that, he has a very bulky team between Blastoise and Mega Venusaur. Landorus is always going to be an issue. No idea what Pikachu is going to do, and I have no idea what Celebi is going to do, so let's just jump into this battle and find out for ourselves what goes down here, because I have no idea. So here's the challenge, and he starts off with Buddy the Elf. So that's a really great nickname. And I lead with Skarmory to get rocks up, but since I don't know what the Celebi does, I wanted to go straight for the Drill Peck and get rid of this Celebi as quick as I could. So I did not set rocks here, and now Celebi has the Rocky Helmet, which is doing some pretty good stuff for him. So he goes for the Thunder Wave, so we see Trick and we see Thunder Wave, and so that is really annoying for me. So after a second Drill Peck, he decides to switch and goes out into Landorus, and not only does this allow Landorus to intimidate Skarmory so that he doesn't get too much damage, but he essentially gets free rocks here. So things are not. I did not start off this battle the way that I would have liked. So he sets free rocks, and so that is rather upsetting. There are the rocks, and so he decides to go for the knockoff here. And I really wanted to burn this Landorus. There's no fire types. There's no flash fire. Anything can be burned. And so I went for the Will-O-Wisp, and Landorus is burned. So now all is right with the world. For now. So he goes out into Blastoise here, and whenever he goes out into Blastoise, I go for the Pain Split, assuming that the Landorus would attack, only it didn't. So if you look, my Spiritomb this week, it knows Pain Split. Oh, look at that Scald. It's a specially defensive monster, because most of Demetrius's team is specially offensive. Latios, Venusaur, Celebi can be, Blastoise is. So Blastoise goes for the Toxic. I get to Will-O-Wisp this Blastoise, and so I decide to go for the Foul Play. I figured that, you know what, if I have Foul Play, then I really don't have to invest in any offensive EVs or anything like that, and Spiritomb can be a really bulky Pokemon to, handle. So that's my plan for now, and so here's another Scald. Do I live this Scald easily? There's another Foul Play. I'm trying to wear down this Blastoise so that I can start setting up with Snorlax. Snorlax is my key to victory here, because nothing on his team can two-shot Snorlax. Just let that sink in. Nothing on his team can two-shot the Snorlax. So I do live there, and I go for a Memento. And so not only is Blastoise burned, but its attack and special attack is cut in half. So down goes the Spiritomb. Let me find Spiritomb. Where are you? Okay, so Spiritomb does go down, and Blastoise is pretty low. Snorlax comes in. Now this is a Belly Drum Rest Chesto set with Return and Ice Punch. Return is stronger than Body Slam, and Return does have a potential to one-shot a Mega Venusaur depending on the EV spread and nature and all that good stuff. So there's the Mega Evolution, and just in case that this Mega Venusaur was going to go for the roar, I decided to go straight for an attack after I belly drum. So here comes a return, and that does crazy damage. Now, I don't know if Snorlax can live another hit, but just in case it is going to live another hit, I do go for rest. And so the Chesto Berry should pop. So I go for the rest, and here's where I realize a great mistake is that in the team preparation for this battle, I messed up. I took off the Chesto Berry in order to give it the Soothe Bell to raise its maximum happiness. So Soothe Bell has absolutely no competitive use in battle, and so this Snorlax is just sitting here sleeping. And so I messed up. I messed up pretty bad. Because Snorlax can one-shot everything on his team. Snorlax can one-shot everything on his team. Now that the Celebi is weakened and the Landorus is burned, Snorlax could rest and just destroy everything. So that was my fault entirely for why Snorlax did not get the sweep, and so that was a big detriment to my team. So in comes Lucario, and Lucario is going to be able to take out this Blastoise with a simple Aura Sphere. I decided to not show off my interesting Lucario set that I brought this week, but down goes Blastoise either way. So it's 5-5, in comes a Latias, and I don't really have a lot to touch Latias. So I do go into Skarmory here, just in case that he wanted to go for a trick, because Trick Latias is a thing. But you know what, Paralysis, that's fine too. But then there's the Thunderbolt, down goes Skarmory. I was kind of hoping that Latias would trick the Choice Scarf off of Skarmory, but you know what, that didn't work. That just didn't work. So here's Mega Beedrill now. I see that Latias is not scarfed, so I see that Mega Beedrill is faster than everything on Demetrius' team. So I'm pretty happy about that. I feel kind of comfortable now. Beedrill goes for Protect, it fails. So I switch here because sometimes these things... you know what, I didn't know about Pikachu. This Pikachu is going to go for the Fake Out. I kind of figured it would go for Fake Out. So I switched. So here's a Volt Tackle, and that does take out Snorlax, but Pikachu does feel some pain from the recoil, so at least that's good. So now in comes Azelf, and Azelf is Choice Scarfed in this battle, and so I am fearing to go for Psychic because of Latias in the back. There are multiple times where I could have and should have gone for Psychic, but didn't because Latias was in the back and I did not want Latias to switch in. So that was pretty poor on my part. Now, in comes Lucario, now that Celebi is out of the way. And so when Lucario's in, Landorus comes in to take on Lucario. I see that the Focus Sash is broken, but you know what? I have Endure. He's probably expecting the Focus Sash, but I went for Endure Salac Berry, and this Endure Salac Berry is going to be enough to outspeed the Landorus, and then I can Hidden Power Ice this Landorus to Oblivion and back. So that was a pretty good turn for me. to be sure. And you know what? I'm going to be able to use Endure to live this fake out from Pikachu. So that's pretty awesome as well. So here's an Endure. Fake out does land, but it doesn't take me out. I still live. But what I don't realize is that Pikachu also gets extreme speed. So it's really hard to plan for so many Pikachu events that are out there. You know what? Demetrius got me there. He really did get me there. So with extreme speed out on the loose, then Azelf is the only thing that can take on this Pikachu. So I know that U-turn was going to take out Pikachu. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm not actually positive, but I went for the U-turn anyway. And so Beedrill comes in. And so Beedrill can't really touch Mega Venusaur all that much. So here comes a U-turn. And that does a fair amount of damage to Mega Venusaur. And Azelf comes back in, hopefully to take out the Mega Venusaur. Can Azelf take out Venusaur? Well, it depends on this move right here. And instead of healing up, Demetrius goes straight for the Sludge Bomb. Azelf faints, and that was pretty much going to seal the deal here. Beedrill comes back in, takes some Stealth Rock damage, and a Poison Jab crit could take out Venusaur, Mega Venusaur, but it doesn't. Sludge Bomb takes out Beedrill. But even if I did land a crit Poison Jab, then Pikachu's extreme speed would have been able to take out Beedrill. But U-turn was enough to take. U-turn would have been enough to take out Latios. So in the end, extreme speed Pikachu was pretty much what gave Demetrius the win. Extreme speed took out the Lucario at 1 HP, so that was a pretty interesting sight to behold. Mega Venusaur proved to be really bulky as always, but what was my biggest downfall, by far my biggest downfall, was that I did not put the right item on Snorlax. So I'm going to hopefully learn from my mistakes. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then like this video, comment on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.